Assalamu alaikum, welcome and karibuni to our Room Zanzibar's kitchen. Today I'm going to share with you how I make this very simple, delicious, fluffy stuffed bread. So I've used 1 cup of lukewarm milk and about a tablespoon of granulated sugar, 2¼ teaspoon of instant yeast, that's about 1 packet, half a teaspoon of kosher salt, you can use any salt that you want, and 1/4 cup of melted butter and 1 egg that's in room temperature. Just gonna mix it well, cover it and let it sit aside for about 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes, as you can see, our yeast is nice and bubbly. So I've got ready sifted about 4 cups of all-purpose flour. And we're just gonna add little at a time as we mix until we get the dough nicely formed. Now I have got this recipe idea from a Turkish channel, which I will link it in the description box below. There was no specific name for this bread, so I don't know exactly where it originates. And the lady used mashed potatoes and cheese to stuff the bread, and I preferred to use spinach and cheese, so that's why I just called it stuffed bread. All right, so just gonna keep adding the flour until it finishes. Now if you want to use a stand mixer, please go ahead and use a stand mixer. All right, so just finishing the flour, and now I'm just gonna knead it. You can move to a flat surface, but today I prefer to just keep kneading it in the same bowl until I'm done. Now you want your dough to be nice and soft, so if it's dense like mine, please go ahead and add some liquid. It could be milk or it could be water. I just added about a tablespoon of water. All right, so I'm just going to keep kneading it until I get the right consistency that I'm looking for. So we are just done. And once that's done, I'm just gonna apply some oil. I'm using olive oil. You can use any type of oil that you want, or even butter. And so that allows the dough to rise easily. Then just gonna cover it and let it sit for about 45 minutes to an hour, or until the dough has doubled in size. So I'm using this pizza pan. That is a very small pizza pan, about 12 inches. You can use any flat pan or tray that you have. So we just applied some oil so that the dough does not stick on the pan while we bake. So as you can see, my dough is ready, and I've divided it into 2 unequal portions. One is a little bit bigger than the other. Okay, the bigger size will go at the bottom and the smaller size will be on the top. So we're just gonna dust some flour on the surface and on the top so we can roll the dough. So the size that I'm looking for is not specific, it's just a little bit bigger than the pan. So whatever size pan that you use, you're just gonna make it a little bit bigger so that it fits easily. All right. So this was not planned actually. I was just sitting around and this video popped up and I liked it, and I said, you know what, let me make this for dinner. And the kids really loved it. Okay, and the lady used mashed potatoes. I decided to use spinach since we love spinach. And it was just sauteed with garlic and fresh garlic and olive oil. Okay, so you can see now the dough is a little bit bigger than the pan that I'm using. Just gonna roll it into the pan so we can transfer it into the pan. Just like that. And we're just gonna adjust it. Okay, and make sure whatever filling you decide to fill it with, it is cool, it is not warm, all right, or hot. Okay, so I'm just squeezing out the liquid. You know, spinach has a lot of liquid. And yeah, that's it. I mean, it was a delicious meal. We liked it, and I served it with marinara sauce. Have I shared with you guys how to make marinara sauce? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'll look for a link in the description and I'll put it in the description box below. All right. So yeah, I made it with calzones. Yes, yes, I made marinara sauce. Then I used mozzarella. And please make sure that your oven at this point is ready at 350 degrees. That's about 176 or 180, up to 180 degrees Celsius. So we love cheese, plenty of cheese. My kids love cheese. All right, so now we're going to roll the other portion, which is a little bit smaller. And yeah, it's very simple. I really loved it. And of course, you can have it for brunch, or you can just have it as a starter. It doesn't have to be a main meal. Okay. Yeah, we're just about to get there. Okay, so we're going to place this on top. But before I do that, what I did was I just brushed some water on the edges so that when I place the top, it will stick to the bottom. All right, it's not necessary, but I just thought it was something, it worked. All right, so I just place it like that. It's like a pie, actually. You can call it a spinach pie or some kind of a pie. All right, so we're just gonna stick, and you're gonna pinch it, and then we're gonna tuck it in. So we're just gonna pinch it first. And then we're just gonna tuck it into the bottom. Yep, very, very simple. Then we're gonna egg wash this. So I've used 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water. Right, so just gonna brush it, and this is gonna give the bread a very nice, beautiful golden color. Okay, and then I used a bowl to make an insertion at the middle so that it could give a shape, but it was difficult to go in. Now I know why they had it with potatoes, because the mashed potatoes were dry, so it made a beautiful design. Mine didn't turn out, but nevertheless it tasted beautiful. Then I used a fork to make an insertion also, which will give this into I think 8 wedges. All right. Sprinkle some Parmesan cheese, which is totally optional, but it goes very well with spinach. So you can do with whatever you want. And also some parsley to get some beautiful colors. And that's it. This bread baked for about 25 minutes. You can go up to 30 minutes depending on the oven that you're using. And as you can see, it was still hot, but my kids were just excited. So while you're here, please do not forget to visit the description box and get the ingredients and the measurements so you can get to make this bread as well. And I'm just gonna slice this and show you how it looks inside. It was totally gorgeous and it tasted amazing. So thank you so much for watching, and I really, really appreciate your support, and I would love to wish you a wonderful day. Now check out the slice. It's so beautiful and so delicious. Thank you.